What's up everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today, as you can see, I'm checking out a pretty tiny, small little motherboard from ASUS, their B550-I, and yeah, we're gonna be checking out is this board meant for you or not, right? And if you wanna buy this board, you can do it through my Amazon affiliate link, which I'm gonna leave down below in the description section here. But yeah, the question is, do you wish to build a PC for ants?
What is this? A center for ants?
If yes, then I guess you are looking for a mini ITX board. And I mean, I guess you have come to the right place, because this small little Strix board from ASUS is definitely worth your money. So ASUS has put some serious effort into this board to make it to be the go-to board when building a mini B550 ITX PC, right? As you can see by just looking at the board, there is very little free room left on it. Everything is densely packed with features you need on a board like this. And something that only ASUS is providing for their B550 boards is a pretty sweet noise cancellation feature for your microphone if you ever need it. Just thought it's worth to mention, as it's a unique feature that only ASUS boards have. And definitely try it out if you want to make YouTube or Twitch content while someone next to you is screaming or yelling, or I mean watching TV or something like that. You still get a really quiet microphone. Now, talking a little bit more technical stuff about the 550i, we find that it houses a single Generation 4 PCI Express slot for your RTX 3090 and a single Generation 4 M.2 slot under the heatsink, and another one, but this time a Generation 3 M.2 behind the motherboard. We also find two DIMM slots for memory that can house up to 64 GB of DDR4. Now, for the CPU power support, we find a 8+2 power stage phase setup here and a 24-pin supported by a single 8-pin connector for the power draw. Also, for extra storage, we find another 4 SATA boards as well, so I mean, overall a very well packaged motherboard to fit into any tiny case, but while at the same time giving you insane performance if you wish to have it. The only thing that I found lacking a little bit was at the back of the I/O, as there is just a total of 4 USB ports and one extra USB Type-C and another USB Type-C that is meant for audio devices, but you can use it also as a USB 2.0 port as USB Type-C. Yeah, there's also an HDMI and a DisplayPort, but for audio, the board is using a great Supreme FX S1220A audio codec here, but it only has 3 outputs and no optical out, which is a real bummer in my opinion. The only plus side we find from the back, other than the obvious LAN board, is the proper Wi-Fi 6 antenna ports, which is pretty great to see on such a small board. Now, as we dig a little bit deeper at the back of the I/O, we also discover that there is a small tiny, what seems like a 40mm fan on the back to help cool the CPU power stage heatsink. I mean, I really do not fancy fans on a motherboard, especially when the B550 is marketed as a motherboard without active cooling. Not the case here, as you can see. The BIOS itself is full of features to fiddle with, as with all ASUS boards, but it is pretty nice to see so many options here for such a small ITX motherboard. And yeah, if you wish, you can use the ASUS AI Suit software as well to do all the overclocking automatically. So overall, I mean, it's a pretty decent B550 ITX motherboard, but yeah, personally, I think I'd go with the X570 ITX motherboard myself, as they just have a lot more USB ports at the back and also an optical out, and if you take those things out and consider the price, I mean, yeah, it's a fine motherboard, definitely for ITX, right? So overall, I mean, a pretty decent ITX motherboard for the B550 chipset here. But if you have a chance to, you know, choose between the X570 and B550, I mean, the X570 will have a lot more USB ports, more M.2 slots. So I mean, more M.2 generation 4 slots, right? And yeah, you really need to ask yourself, is you know, so few USB ports enough for your setup there? And yeah, do you really need optical out or not? My overall final score is gonna be a decent 8 out of 10. It is a small little ITX motherboard that has a really good quality parts on it. Just, you know, the lack of proper optical out and too few USB ports on the back tend to take the score down a little bit more than I'd like to. But anyway, that's gonna kinda be it for my quick short little review for the B550-I. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a decent board to check out, but yeah, definitely maybe check out what the ITX X570 boards offer as well, and then, you know, make your pick like that. But if you take into consideration just the raw power and the, you know, overclockability and stuff like that, then yeah, there's nothing really wrong with the board. Anyway, that's kind of it for my quick little review. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Ciao for now.